The dialectics of privilege and erasure in contemporary cultural institutions. The contemporary cultural industrial complex operates as an ostensibly egalitarian space, premised on the principles of diversity, inclusion, and creative plurality. However, a closer examination reveals a stratified architecture of access, where power consolidates itself through recursive mechanisms of privilege performance and epistemic gatekeeping. This soft fascism perpetuates systemic exclusions under the guise of meritocratic rhetoric, obfuscating its role as a hegemonic arbiter of cultural legitimacy. Key to this apparatus is its performative adherence to principles of equity, which function as a simulacrum of justice, rather than its enactment. The recursive self-award system, whereby institutions, curators, and practitioners distribute accolades amongst a narrow echelon of insiders, exemplifies this dynamic. These awards do not merely reward creative output, they reify the social capital of the already empowered, while effectively silencing dissenting or marginal voices. The deployment of algorithmic gatekeeping mechanisms, ostensibly neutral but intrinsically biased by their design, further entrenches systemic erasure. Here, erasure operates not as a passive byproduct, but as an active, intentional mode of cultural curation. By filtering out content that challenges institutional narratives or disrupts aesthetic hegemonies, these systems enforce an exclusionary feedback loop. Artists and thinkers positioned outside the institution's favor are rendered digitally invisible, their contributions excised from the archive of cultural memory. Moreover, the aestheticization of wokeness within these institutions acts as a veneer for deeper structures of inequality. The fetishization of identity politics as a branding exercise reduces complex sociopolitical struggles to commodifiable tokens of virtue. In doing so, institutions co-opt the language of resistance while perpetuating the very hierarchies they purport to dismantle. This is perhaps the most insidious feature of soft fascism, its ability to neutralize critique by preemptively incorporating it into its own lexicon. The impact on the marginalized practitioner is profound. This individual, erased, dispossessed, and perpetually othered, exists in a state of cultural precarity. They are denied the platform to express, the resources to create, and the recognition to persist. Their labor becomes fodder for appropriation by the empowered, who extract fragments of their innovation only to repackage them as authentic contributions to the cultural canon. To resist this hegemonic cycle, one must interrogate the foundational logics of these systems. Can the institution, complicit in its own corruption, become the site of genuine reparation? Or must resistance take shape in alternative spaces where co-creative practices challenge hierarchies rather than reinforce them?